Chainlink price update for the last day of July. We're going to take a look at a lot of time frames here on Chainlink. We're going to see what we need to have happen to gain some bullish momentum. On the short time frames, we're going to start off on the 4-hour chart, then we're going to zoom way out. We're going to go to the daily, maybe even the weekly. We're going to look at the Gaussian channel. We're going to look at Fibonacci extensions on the macro scale, even the monthly. To close out the month, what are we going to look like? I don't know. We're going to find out right now. Let's get right to it. The 4-hour chart. What the hell has Link been doing for all of July? Not a whole lot. If we take just a ho-hum, haphazard average here, right? We've been kind of hugging this line. About half the price action below it, half the price action above it, around 1350. And you guessed it, that's about where the hell we are now. So what do we need to do to change that? Get going above the 200 EMA right here. 1380, take out this high, 1389. Just put in some kind of a trend. We've started, right? We're trying to do that. Look at the EMA 8 switch right here, right? We need to now get those sorted out. These moving averages need to be sorted out, at least to great. We've tried to do that back here, right? You can see the EMA 8, but you can see also what's the big, you can remove all of these, right? Just focus on two for Chainlink on the short time frame. The 100 in the blue and the 200 in the pink. Get that blue back on top of the pink and you're good. The blue is significant, right? The blue. Let's get going. Last time we crossed that down, right? That's when the trouble starts. When do you think the good stuff starts? We're close. Get that 100 back over the 200. We're on the precipice. If you watched the video yesterday, that was a hit. 1362 for the 100, 1378 for the 200. Get them crossed up. Okay, now let's zoom out. Let's get to the daily chart. And this is our fib extension on the macro here, if you're wondering what the hell this is going on in the background. Similar vibes here, right? We now have the 100 under the 200, right? We got to flip that. Nice again, right angle attack on the EMA 8, the red line. We have to get that flip back on top, right? See this? When this red line starts cutting through, that's when the good stuff starts to happen and we get some momentum. We really got to get back above the 200 on the daily as well. That's a little bit higher. You can see my alert right here set at $15. That's when Chainlink starts to do bigly things, right? Maybe the flannel stays on permanently above 15. Maybe we'll see that. But until then, right, we're getting our shit together, climbing up the stairs, right? Bulls climb up the stairs, bears jump out the window. Here's our low, slightly higher low. Here's our high. Let's come up and put in a higher high, and then we can talk, right? But until then, remember that 4-hour chart. We're just moving sideways. We're chopping around. The definition of chop: you go up a little bit, you go down a little bit, mostly sideways. That's what we're doing. Patience. We have all got it. We're in Chainlink. How about the Gaussian channel? Does that look any difference? Let's put that on. Still red on the daily. Look at where we rejected from. The 100, the 200 EMA, and the median Gaussian channel. Currently, median Gaussian is at 1446. You have two big moving averages right above it. So again, $15 comes, and I think we start to see much better price action for Chainlink, which is what we all are wanting. Let's check in on the 5-day Gaussian. Some trouble has started because, back in June, we closed under the median Gaussian. But the good news is we already tapped the lower part. If we hadn't tapped the lower part of the Gaussian yet, we probably still would do that, but we've already done it. Usually when you close underneath, even if you close inside of the Gaussian for the first time, your next step is likely going to be testing the next lower line, which we got close here, but we actually did it here, right? And so since we closed here, what are the odds? Testing the lower line, which we already did. Great. Okay, now let's make that our low. Build back above the 200 and start to climb our way back up the stairs. The median line here, 1475. Again, $15 is what is needed across the 4-hour, the daily, the 3-day chart, the 5-day chart. $15 is where we start to turn more bullish. We can't, it can't be more obvious than that. $15 is the area. Let's go to the weekly. Anything different there? Better news is that we haven't closed below the median Gaussian line here. So again, three consecutive, taps and holds. Great. Let's not close under that. That median line, very important, is at 1260. We should not be closing a weekly candle under 1260. We also have the blue line, which is the 100-week EMA here. Okay, that number is at 1292. Ideally, let's not close back below there. We had one quick close and then we saved it, right? So now we're back out of there, right at the median line on the Gaussian channel, okay? So now we see what's going on behind us. We have the Fibonacci extension. So how high could we go? Well, let's zoom out and look at it on the monthly scale. A little bit too far zoomed out, huh? The Gaussian channel can skew your charts if you're not aware. So now let's look at the big picture. So from our swing high Pico top back in 2021, these are monthly candles now, right? And now our move back down, our swing low back in June of last year. We're out of that. We saw under sub 5 Chainlink for a few seconds and then back out of it. And where do we find resistance? The 618 and the top of the monthly Gaussian channel. No shock, no surprise there. We came back down, hold support on the median monthly Gaussian channel. 1, 2, 3, 4 months. Holding above it. Holding above the 21-month EMA in the yellow. Great sign as well. That is currently at $13. Median Gaussian channel is at $11.89. For the monthly, are we going to close above the 21-month EMA? We need to, and we should. So that's at 13.05 to be precise. Now, when do the spectacular moves start? Right? Obviously, take out the $20 level. Our highs, our highest monthly close is at 1928. Top of the Gaussian channel is at 2086. Also, $21 level at the 618. Pick up bigger momentum there. The next step higher beyond our all-time highs is pretty high up. So it's like 229. Can we make it up there? Well, let's do a measured move here. From current prices, roughly, we're looking at, just over 17x. Not impossible, but it would need to get going pretty big like it did back in, 2019, 2020. It's capable. But what about something before this? Like, how the hell could we get something maybe, not between 50 and 230? Okay, I'm glad you asked. Okay, let's take a little bit more of a measured move from, let's say, our intra, swing high March top and our low of July. Right now, we can get a little bit of a swing move here. And you can use this on the weekly or daily as well. It's just monthly makes it nice and clean. So the 1618 here is at 35. Let's make sure this is right. So if you hold down control on your keyboard, it'll snap right to these wicks. You just want to be precise here. Right? Okay, looks good. So the 1618 is at 35, just shy of $36. Also range high wicks over here. If we break our all-time highs, and we're looking at our 2618 at just shy of $75. Okay, that's of this move here. These are monthly candles, but again, this translates over to weekly and daily as well if you want to do this yourself. And the 3618 is a 150, 154. And then we have our 423 and our 1618 on the macro scale, all rhyming around that 230, 240 level. So yeah, that would be like Pico. Everything goes great. Maybe Chainlink ETF, BlackRock sells everything for Chainlink. That would do well. But in between there, right? These are our key levels that we want to be paying attention. 35, 75, 150. All right. Those are our levels for today for Chainlink. What do you think? If you need help setting this up, leave me a comment below. I'll try to, help you if you can't get it, right? You make sure you have your log scale checked on your Fibonacci. If you're using this on TradingView, then you also want to have your log scale checked here, right? You can see that. So those both need to rhyme if you're not getting the same thing that I am. Any other questions, comments, let me know below. Appreciate all the comments. Try to read through all those, even though there's tons of spam robots now. I feel like it's probably 10-to-1 robots versus humans. So if I don't respond or like your comment, it's not because I didn't read it. It might be because I didn't read it. It's because I can't find it because of the damn robots. There's so many robot spam comments below. It is nuts. And speaking of comments, let's get to our quote of the day. Setting goals is the first step in turning the invisible Into the Visible by Senor Tony Robbins. Car of the day, Porsche 911 GT3 RS, because why not, in Chainlink Blue. That's the official color, Chainlink Blue. If you go to the Porsche dealer, you have to ask for Chainlink Blue. So I'm told. All right, so here's just a couple different angles. We have green as well. I don't know, I think kind of like the blue better. Pretty cool looking though. A little bit too far zoomed in there, bud. Let's zoom out, and we'll just end it on the rear there. If you couldn't tell, it's GT3 RS. All right, there you go. Car of the day. Let's get back to Chainlink Blue. There we go. Much better. All right, we'll end it there. Thanks for watching this long. If you have 47 gold stars. Last day of the month, July. Good thing you were accumulating these stars, because August 1st, I don't even hand them out anymore.